G'day legends, welcome to the Tucker Tine YouTube channel. Today I'm going to be doing venison sausage rolls. Now, sausage rolls are pretty well a staple in most tradies' diets here in Australia. I know I've had my fair share. Today I'm going to be doing a venison variation of it. Super easy to do. If you're new to game cooking, mincing up your venison is a fantastic way of getting used to cooking the meat. It tastes, personally to me, it doesn't taste much different to beef once you mince it. They're very same texture, it's very similar texture, and if you're cooking for someone that's never had venison before, it's a good way to start. Also with this, I put a bit of bacon in it as well. Now you don't need to use bacon. What you can do to get your fat content so it all binds together like a bit of a rissole base, you can just use more butter with your onions, but I'll get to that when we come to it. All right, so this is quite literally the only ingredients you'll need. I've got 800 grams of venison mince, 200 grams of bacon, 1 onion. I actually have 2 eggs. One goes in the mix with the breadcrumbs at the end before you chuck it in the oven to make your sausage rolls. And one is to base the pastries, which I just use puff pastries. Pampers, you get these at Coles around most of your main supermarkets here in Australia. I'm sure you can get them anywhere else, or you can make your own. Up to you. I don't do pastry. Okay, so from here it's super simple. We're going to chuck the onion in the pan, get it sweating. Going to chuck the bacon in after that, get it cooked up. Then you want to put it in a bowl, separate it to let it all cool down and do its thing. And then you want to add the mince to it then before putting it in the puff pastry. That just helps it not sweat. And you don't want to add hot product to a cold product like venison. You want to cook it all together. Well, you want to cook the venison in the oven. And yeah, that's just how I do it. All right, and your onions in there. Get them sweating down. All right, and that's pretty well done. For me, remember these are going in the oven, so they will get cooked further there. I just want to get a nice color on them and sweat that onion down. And that's pretty well where we want it. Now we just transfer the bacon and the onion to a bowl, let it cool, and that's when we'll mix all the egg, venison, breadcrumbs in, and then put it in the puff pastry. Now when I'm waiting for the onion and the bacon to cool, what I like to do is get the puff pastry out and get it to frosting. Obviously it's frozen puff pastry that I use, so I get it to frosting during this time period. Also get the oven preheating. So about the time while I do this, by the time that the oven gets to temperature, the bacon and the onion is usually right to go. Now every oven varies, but I like to do mine at 200 fan bake, and usually my first tray will be 3/4 up the oven and the second one will be about halfway up. Usually this batch here, about 1 kilo of meat all up, we'll do three pastries, 3 sheets of pastry, and that's enough for a pretty good meal for a few people. Alrighty, these sausages have been in the oven now for 20 minutes, so I'm going to check them, see how we went. So that's them. Sausages all done. Beautiful, man. I'm going to show restraint. Show restraint. These are going to be hot. Just came out of the oven. Show restraint. So that's them, dudes. Venison sausage rolls. Super easy. You saw it. Very minimal recipe, really. It's pretty easy. Get your eating mince. Like I hear a lot of people saying how they take the back straps, but they get nervous about cutting the back legs off or making a mess. Doesn't matter. Mince it all up. Don't waste this stuff. This is the best protein you can get in Australia. Obviously, I said I was going to touch on if you don't want to use bacon earlier in the video. So what that is if you don't eat bacon or you don't want bacon in your venison, you want to keep it 100% venison, what you can do is add 1 or 2 sticks of butter to your onions. And what that does is put a bit of fat into the meal. And with the breadcrumbs and your egg, can make a good bind that keeps it all together like that. Like that's, oh yeah, that's good stuff, man. Look at that. Bit hot, but here we go. Very hot. Well, beautiful. Enjoy. Firstly, I just want to say a massive thank you for anyone who's watched this video, especially if you made it this far. It really means the world to me. I don't really know what I'm doing with content creation, but I really just want to show people, in Australia in particular, that venison doesn't need to just be seen as a pest. It's a valuable resource that if managed correctly, and if butchered and you know what you're doing, can be an absolute fantastic protein. I personally think it's beef but with flavour. Once you start eating venison and you go back to beef, beef just doesn't taste the same anymore. It just tastes like it's lacking flavour. So if you've taken anything from this video, please like and subscribe, share to your mate, your hunting mates, and yeah, get out there and give it a go. Cheers.